I'd set off with my friend Matthew Price to sail down a little-known river in the rainforest in a homemade boat. Our original idea was to go all the way by boat, carrying it past any rough bits, but the river was much rockier and faster flowing than we'd thought, which meant we were only covering a few kilometres each day. Then, suddenly, we realised that as the river was about to go over a waterfall, we could go no further by boat. As it was only a homemade thing, we decided to abandon it and walk to the nearest road. As far as we knew, there were no villages or trading posts along the way, and on our map it looked like a 100-kilometre walk. And that walk, through thick rainforest with 25 kilos on our backs, was difficult. We walked for 6 days. It was hot, and we were permanently wet through, before we came to any sign of civilization. There were times when we really wondered if we'd ever get out of that jungle alive. Then, on the 7th day, we suddenly came across a path. Not an animal trail, but a man-made one, so we knew there must be people living there. It was going roughly in the right direction, so we followed it, and at dusk we came to a deserted camp in a hollow. Deserted, but not uninhabited. There was digging equipment wrapped in plastic, alongside 2 water-filled holes. Obviously someone had been digging in search of gold at some time or another. Nearby, on a rough wooden table, were some cooking utensils and a few other supplies, and whoever was camping there must have been intending to return soon, because there was a large pot full of thick soup. We couldn't identify either the strange-looking pieces of meat or the unfamiliar vegetables it seemed to be made from, but we were in a desperate state. Over the previous 7 days, we'd only had flour and rice to eat, and although we had plenty left, we were low on energy. This was our greatest problem. So, we cooked up some of our rice and decided to have 2 spoonfuls from the pot with it. It was good, so we had another spoonful. And then another. Soon nothing was left of our host's meal. Afterwards we began to get worried. People living this sort of life could be very tough, and this one could return any minute. We decided to make an early start. To show we were grateful, we placed $30 in the cleaned-out cooking pot. It was quite a lot for the quantity of food. It was probably only worth $10 or so. But that wasn't the point. This man wouldn't be able to pop to the supermarket to replace the food we'd eaten. But I have no regrets, because that dinner gave us the strength to make it the rest of the way through the jungle safely.